We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those.
Something big about to happen. I hear the beat tapping. We some fly rhyming felines rapping on the track. Better yet, grab a gat, cause we hot like Enzo. Doors closed, windows up, cause that's the way we like to ride. Windy City hitting. Check mic 1 2 1 2. We live, baby.
Yo, what's up, Chicago? And welcome back to Speak Your Mind Radio, episode 655, season 19. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Star, aka Ms. Hip Hop. And today, y'all, we got a very dope guest from all the way from Phoenix, Arizona with us. He's an MC, a writer, and a true hip hop creative. Yes. And he's here to discuss his upcoming album, Fuk Off Me. Yes, a 3-act documentary concept album that explores everything from self-identity to resilience. So without further ado, up next to the mic, the one and the only T.O. Lestat. What's up, man?
Good, what's good, Miss Hip Hop? Happy to be back on the show. You know what I mean? I'm in a little better situation than I was last time we talked.
Yes, I'm so happy for you. You ain't no stranger to the show, bro.
It's true resilience. You know what I mean? What I'm talking about on these records is for real, man. I don't cap on that shit. Everything I'm saying, everything I'm bringing forth to the table is really what I was either going through, living in, my mentality, the fall, the rise of Teal Lestat. You know what I mean? And that's what all these albums will sequence out to eventually.
Yes, I totally felt that when I was listening. But as you know, here on Speak Your Mind Radio, we start off each and every interview with a traditional icebreaker question. So let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay, so your album, Fuk Off Me, is all about telling the truth, right?
Yeah.
So let's start there. What's one thing people assume about T.O. Lestat that couldn't be further from the truth?
I think this is a good question. I think a lot of people think that I'm just angry, that I hate, that I'm just putting out my animosity into the world and screaming into the void, so to speak. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. I love, I care. I'm a very dedicated father. If I could get into my daughter's life again, I care about other people. I care about myself. I care about the community of hip hop. I care about the community I live in. My albums are a reflection of my inner demons, you know what I mean? But the true person, Todd Pitts, Teal Lestat, you know what I mean? I care immensely, man, about what I'm doing, where I'm going, about how others can come with me if they do want to. You know what I mean? So just putting that, I'm not screaming into the void, you know what I mean? I'm letting realities be known that a lot of people don't talk about.
I love that. That was a great answer. And for anybody out there listening, Fuk Off Me, I'm just going to say this is a great album. It's really, really creative, but we're going to get into why it's so creative, okay? Now, you originally planned for Fuk Off Me album to be a 3-song EP. What changed that?
So I released this already as a 3-song EP when I first started spitting, probably back in 2023 and 24. Because my first record only hit the airwaves in February 23. And so I released that, was like my first EP that I put out. And it was just Fuk Off Me, No Apologies, and Smooth Talking. And I had, just distribution issues, you know what I mean? So I pulled all my stuff because of DistroKid, because they'll be taking advantage of people. Some of it stayed up on Apple, but I was like, when I'm about to release it, because I was like, I got to get this album back out. No Apologies is a smash song. Fuk Off Me is a smash song. I was like, I got to figure this out. And I'm like, man, I got 5 or 6 other records that could fill this project out. Plus, I got these freestyles I did when I was out there homeless. I could probably put them in an act order to show the armor, that's breaking down on me, because the mental health project was the collapse, the fall, the mental problems I was going through. Then I went immediately after that to homelessness and jail and 17 months out there on the streets. And so this era of me is reflected through that Fuk Off Me, because it's not telling you to fuck off me. It's like, get this the fuck off me. You know what I mean? Like, get everything that's bothering me, bogging me down, holding me from being my true self. Fuck off me, man. You know what I mean? And that's what the concept of the album really is. When you listen start to finish, you know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly. Okay. So this album, Fuck Off Me, documents, like you said, some of the darkest moments in your life, everything from homelessness to fatherhood, broken relationships, and self-discovery. Was there ever a moment where you questioned yourself and said, should I be putting something out so personal?
That's always what I'm questioning. I actually pulled two songs off the album, what the original album was. Just because, the one is about my ex-wife, and as much as I hate her, I'm not trying to put that out there into existence. I think you speak words into existence and you fall back into that. You know what I mean? And then I had another one that the actual ending is a song called Already Dead. I'm gonna re-release it, but it's gonna be on the Museum of the Mindscape just for fans. I'm not gonna put it out for the public. You got to be a true fan to really cop that one. But it's Already Dead, and it's about my daughter. You know what I mean? And it would have been a great end to the album. I was like, do I want to end it with this? Or do I want to pull it in like, okay, things are moving forward, because things are moving forward for me. And so I had to weigh a couple of tracks on there, and two got pulled. So these are still definitely personal records. I got a lot more personal ones too, though. So if you're a real fan, Museum of the Mindscape coming out, you tag onto that website, you're gonna be getting exclusive freestyles, exclusive tracks, exclusive artwork, exclusive gear, exclusive stuff I got for you. Some of it for free, some of it inexpensive to accommodate the economy today and to people that really fuck with my sound.
Definitely. You said you got a lot of stuff that you're trying to put out there as merch and stuff. I think you showed me some tarot cards that you made, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing an Oracle deck. I'm doing two things actually outside of music, but they're still within the Lestat world. I'm doing a comic book. I'm creating a comic book right now, a non-static comic book, so it moves. You know what I mean? The character does throughout the piece within the scenery. And I'm doing an Oracle deck. Yeah, and both of them are based on me, and not only based on me, they're actual real photography of myself, songs I did, journal entries I posted, my actual notebooks, artifacts I carry around with me to remind me of places and things. And so those are transcribed into the comic book as well as into the tarot card deck, Oracle deck.
Man, that is so freaking creative. I hope you guys hearing this guy talk because he's got a lot going on in that mind of his and it's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. Okay,
Systematic
so
chaos.
yeah, it's a lot of chaos, but it comes out like a beautiful disaster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah, I
right.
appreciate that.
No, yeah. You're welcome. One of the most interesting things about your choices was turning the second and third act into one take off the dome freestyles recorded
Yeah,
while you were still homeless. Tell me, how did that go?
yeah.
Like, how?
So I will be up. I'll be wandering around at night because you can't really sleep when you're out there on the streets. It's hard to. Just because your stuff could get ganked, you could get stuff can happen to you. It's real out there. And so I'll be trying to find the most obscure locations. I'll be under 18 wheelers that are parked like at the Safeway. They back in to dump the trucks. I'm sitting under there in the back freestyling so I can clock all the noise out. I'm finding way off the beaten path trash bins and closing the gate and getting behind those. And you know what I mean? I was out in the canal freestyling some of those. Those are just some of them. I'm just walking around in fields spitting because I'm coming from work and going to wherever I was going to crash that night. So they're off the dome. In a minute, I'm standing. The reality of what I was going through, because that's a very painful period for me. You know what I mean? It's the first time really I'm losing my daughter. I have nothing. I'm out on the streets. I come out of jail. My family had stole some of my stuff, pretty much all my stuff. So I was left with nothing. And then they were nowhere to be found. So, you know what I mean? I had to kind of just fend for myself and figure it out. So that's what a lot of them freestyles really were just me getting out of my head. So I didn't self-destruct. So I didn't do something that would be non-returnable. You know what I'm saying? So I put this all into something that I could channel it and do something with it.
Man, that piece right there is just so incredible. I can't imagine going through what you went through except from listening to Fuck Off Me, the album. That's the
Hmm.
only way I can imagine it. And man, look, okay. Let's
Yeah.
get into the
I tried to
music.
put it into the words. I want the listener to really, I never would want anyone to go through what I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, for real. But I want people to understand it, to feel it, to be able to associate with what I'm going through with not having to be in it. You know what I mean? And I think the album does a pretty good job in the structure of it, the continuity of it, how it
Yeah.
starts end to finish. And so Yeah, I
Definitely.
think
It
it does a
definitely
good
has a,
job.
yeah, you did a good job on it. It's a continuous flow, you know? Um,
Hmm.
and speaking of a continuous flow, let's actually, like I said, get into the music. Your track, No Apologies from the album Fuck Off Me, is a very powerful statement about accepting every scar and refusing to seek validation from others, right? Uh,
Hmm.
what does that mindset mean to you today, and how has it changed the outlook on life?
Because I gotta just do me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm by myself, man. I got my two brothers. Shouts out Little T's on the intro. That's my brother. And then my brother Burns was on the mental health intro. So I try to incorporate them into my music, but that's all I really got, you know. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna apologize for me being me. I mean, if you don't like it, you really can fuck off me, man. Turn the channel. Don't
Yeah.
don't don't hate on me unless you can do better. Put it out there and let's see it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna be me. And if you mess with my sound, I'm right here. I got mad music coming. I got a lot of things coming for the fans. If you don't like my sound, then turn the channel. It's America. Listen to Drake or something. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? For
Yeah, you
real.
funny. On God, yeah, for sure. Um, okay, so on your track, Smooth Talking from the album Fuck Off Me, it's like, you're talking about fractured relationships, emotional distance, and looking back at what those experiences taught you about trusting and healing and protecting your peace. How do you how do you come back with that today?
It's hard because I'm trying to trust people again. I don't really trust a lot of people. That's probably one of my biggest flaws is I lead with my heart on my sleeve, my grandmother used to tell me. You live with your heart on your sleeve, Todd. I said that's a problem, you know what I mean? Because it opens you up to be nice and caring and concerned for people, but it also opens the door to be shit on and taken advantage of and spit to the side and like for no reason or no validated reason at all. And so it's hard for me to trust people. I don't trust a lot of people because your PO is supposed to help you. She be fucking with me. My counselor messed me over on a court case. So it's like I'm very weary as to what I say to people, who I open up to. But in the music, I put it all out there because it's a reflection of my inner peace and a reflection of the demons in my soul and how I'm purging them and cleaning them and growing. You know what I mean? So that's
Yes.
kind of where I put everything is in the music. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I love that so much. Okay, so throughout the album Fuck Off Me, we hear a lot of pain, resilience, and growth, as you said stated earlier. Now, looking back at the person who started this project versus the person releasing it now, what's the biggest change you've seen in yourself?
Okay, so when I first started this project, No Apologies is the song that I found my voice in. I'm in the studio many, many times at this point, probably 7 or 8 times with Jay Slug. We're doing sessions, and then I do No Apology, and it just like all clicked with me. And so from that record forth, that's where Lestat was really born. You know what I mean? In that record. So that's how I found my style, how I wanted to spit, what I wanted to sound like, how I drag and hit my ad libs. And so the person that started that album was a very young MC, even though I'm old, but young in the game, you know what I mean? With knowledge wise of how I wanted to do things to where I'm at now, my confidence is in myself. You know what I mean? I know I can spit, I know I can freestyle, I know I can get on and do what I gotta do and build with people. And I didn't have that prior to this album. You know what I mean? Because these are my earlier tracks. I got a lot of tracks coming, 160 recorded, you know what I mean? So we're making moves these next couple of years. And so I have much more confidence in my abilities and how to go about the process of the album. Because the first one was just 3 tracks. This one's put together with the skits and the cohesion, and
Hmm.
I'm a much deeper creative than I used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And everything you saying is all facts. That's all I can say
Yeah,
because it's right there in the music.
yeah,
Um,
it is amazing. It
so
is.
yeah, when does it come out actually? Because it's not out right now.
Comes out the 30th, so next Thursday.
Okay, July 30th,
Yeah,
next Thursday, you guys, 2026 summer. Okay.
yep. And then I got
Um,
another project coming after that with Tony Slaps, end of August. It's on his platform though. We'll be back on then,
yeah, 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 for sure. Because I gotta listen to that
100%.
project too.
Oh, it's fire.
I know. All your stuff is fire. Stop playing, okay?
I appreciate that. Because sometimes I'm like, man, is this good? Do I want to put this out? I'm like, man, I fuck with this sound. You know, if
Yeah.
I can even get one person to enjoy it, then I've done a good job with it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be Mr. Popular or platinum record sales. That don't, it's not what I'm doing this for. I do this really to get out of my head, to get my message out there. And if I could help one person going through the struggle like that, you're not alone, man, then I've done my job with the record. You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because although I couldn't like quote unquote relate to it, I know other people that could relate to it, which made it much more
Mhm.
helpful for me. You know,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
after taking listeners like through an incredible experience, through deep personal journey with you on "Fuck Off Me" album, what do you hope people find in the message of "Fuck Off Me"?
Never give up on yourself. Keep pushing. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because at the bottom of the, you know what they say, the darkest 60 minutes is only an hour. You know what I mean? So there's 23 more in a day. And so you got to just keep living for them days that are going to get better, them hours that are going to get better. You know what I mean? I look at my life really, I'm not in the greatest situation still right now, but a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, I was far worse. And so I'm still making little improvements. It's small steps take big changes. You know what I mean? And that's
Exactly.
why I want you to get out the album. Yeah, for real. Small steps, big changes. Don't give up on yourself. It's only an
Definitely.
hour of 60 dark minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, let me ask you, how did you come up with the art cover?
So it's a real picture.
Yeah.
And in the EBK I sent you guys, yeah. I'm standing over, flicking it off, stepping on the camera with my Tims. You know, I shot that picture myself, believe it or not. And so I'm like, all right, I had this one out for the EP. I want to make it more polished, but not take away the grudge of it, the attitude behind it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I took that original photo and I just kind of dressed it up in my editors and put it through all that. Because I do all my own photography, videography, all that.
I figured that because the pictures, the angle of them are so awesome. When I was looking at the article that you were featured in, that was dope
Yeah.
too.
Oh, Rap Olympus?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's a
yes.
great
I'm
article.
so
I
proud
got
of you.
another cool one. Yeah, I got another cool one he just released today from the Serpent Tongue.
Oh wow, Serpent's Tongue,
Yeah,
huh?
out of Australia. Yeah, that's a fire article too.
Wow, man, you
Yeah, you know,
international?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got a good audience in Australia and Ireland.
Wow,
Yeah, that's two places that my music hits outside of America.
that's awesome.
Hmm.
Okay, so well, look, a big part of Fuck Off Me is about capturing real raw emotion through those one take off dome freestyle. So I want to flip the script a little bit. No preparation, no pressure on you, just pure expression. Can you give us a few bars that represent where T.O. Lestat is mentally and spiritually right now?
Okay. Shit, it's still a stat. Mentally, I'm not dead no more. Spiritually, I'm still trying to find him. God above, and all your spots in this place, because the devil gonna soar. Sure, he a sore loser. He gonna make you one too. So stop giving it to him, dude. Be fluid and flow with your style, what you do. You can't give up on anything but you, and no one else gonna believe. Believe you me till the stat gonna be the God that I is. I'm gonna shine, kid. And if you don't like it, you can suck a dick. Ow.
You know, you can never expect what this guy is going to say. That's why I want y'all to listen to Fuck Off Me album today. I mean, not today, on July 30th, 2026. This guy is amazing. He has so many things going for himself. Let me ask you one more question. All right, I'm gonna give it to you straight. Where do you see yourself in 1 year?
In a year, you know, I'm hoping the biggest thing I changed in my life, I got my daughter back in my life. I ain't seen her in 2.5 years because the alienation is real. So I'm fighting that case. I'm hoping music wise, you know, my name is starting to grow a little bit. It's already starting to grow
Yeah.
and I love it. But I want it to be, you know, some more fans. I want this music to get out to more people. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, I'm not trying to be Mr. Popular or platinum success, but I want to have a nice little fan base that I'm giving music exclusively to them. You know what I mean? And that's the goal of it. I want the website, Museum of the Mindscape set up. I want the altar publications, the comics and the cards coming out and the books, because I'm writing a book too. And the music's still flowing, you know what I mean? So that's the goal. Hopefully
Okay.
out of Phoenix, because I hate it here. But, you know, it's one day at a time there, man. I got to get off papers first.
Yeah, definitely. I also look forward to you coming to the studio when you stack up your paper. You feel me?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know what's
Yeah,
gonna happen, brother.
once I get off in some October-ish, you know what I mean? I got money starting to save right now, so I'm out of this area. I'm gonna travel a little bit before I settle down because I haven't left the state in a minute. So I'm stacking paper right now. I'm gonna check you. I'm gonna check out of Baltimore there, Air It Out Radio, my girl, you know, Fire Chick. I got a lot of people I gotta connect. Lefty Pacino out of the East Coast. I got a lot of people I gotta build with and get linked with. We got a video to shoot me and him. And so I'm just gonna travel and not really settle down nowhere. Just take the little bit of money I have and grind it. I know I could do it. I did it with nothing. You know what I mean? 17 months, I didn't have a dollar in my pocket. I still ate, still found a way to get through. So we finna make that happen. And you know, October, November, December time, New Year. Yeah, I'll be there.
Definitely. I feel you. I feel I send you nothing but good vibes, bro. I send you nothing but pure blessings from my heart. You feel me? Whew.
Yeah, no, no, and you always be showing support and love, so I really appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because you one of them ones. You a hip hop head, and it just shows with your content and who you bring on. You know, you got Dazit, Black Silk. These are all people I fuck with, man. These are the people I'm in the cipher with. You know what I mean? These are real MCs that are out there today in the underground doing their thing. You know, Emerge and Streets of Villain and all them guys. That's what I'm messing with. You know, so when I'm in that tier with you and on that level, I'm doing the right thing. You know what I mean? I know I'm in the right direction. So.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Yes, definitely.
Good shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chicago, for tuning in to another episode of Speak Your Mind Radio. And make sure
Yeah.
you go check out T.O. Lestat's Fuk Off Me album coming out July
Yeah.
30th. And that's this next week. Yeah.
Yeah, next Thursday, and then I'm gonna have physical copies. I still got the mental health physical records coming, so anybody that gets on that has 4 extra additional tracks on the actual LP vinyl, extra artwork, and it comes with a special personalized gift for me. And so will Fuck Off Me, you know what I mean? Everything that you buy from the store, the museum store, comes with an artifact that one of one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for the Museum of the Mindscape, T.O. Lestat, T.O._Lestat on Instagram, pretty much all platforms. Shouts out real quick to Trevor and Travis, Lil T and Burns, my brothers, Amy and Angie, their girls. They've been supporting me. My man Imminent, my production. He's most of my beats come from him. Tony Slaps, Cracker Rican. These are the people that have supported and been behind me since day one. So, and my man Cody. Shouts out.
Shout out to everyone he just named. And thank you. And God
And Miss
bless
Hip
all.
Hop for having me back on is a blessing. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. You're always welcome on Speak Your Mind Radio, brother.
Yeah, from Buffalo to Phoenix, baby, we doing it.
Yes. Okay. See you later, Chicago. And thank you again, T.O. Lestat. And we'll see you next episode, guys. Peace out.
Yeah, peace.